My name's Ed Solomon, and The Christophers is about an art forger who is hired by the estranged children of a once famous artist to enter his life by pretending to be his assistant, when in fact she is there to locate some abandoned portraits that he stored deep in his attic and then complete them so that the children will have an inheritance when he dies. I was in a pub with Stephen, and he said, and I asked him, what do you want to do next? Or what are you thinking about? And he said, I don't know, I was thinking about like a kind of Patricia Highsmithy, kind of maybe an artist and some kind of a heist thing. And we started talking, and we came up with this thing about a younger artist and an older artist, and immediately it's hit. I've been wanting to write for so long about relationships I've had with certain mentors and like older, in my case, comedians and writers and some actors who people I was really close to who at a certain point in their life had given up for whatever reason. And there were quite a few of them. And the sadness and the loneliness and the confusion that some of them had, and a few of them were like the character of Julian Sklar, played by Ian McKellen, kind of trapped in the prison of their own narcissism and couldn't understand why they were no longer beloved. And the more they were unliked, the more they pushed that away, the more they pushed people away. And immediately I was like, oh, Stephen, I know what this is about. And my mom's an artist, a painter. And it was a very easy thing to just transpose those emotions to the world of art. Because I do think there's a kind of continuity in the creative process between whatever anyone is trying to create. So that's how it came about.
Laurie Butler, who is the artist I play, the only reason she is an artist is because she came across Julian Sklar's, Ian McKellen's work when she was 14. Yeah, when she 14, was 14 or 12. He created in her mind this dream of being an artist. She tried to copy his work, and that's how she started making her own work. But their relationship strains when she basically like joins this competition called Art Fight that he's a host of, and she shows him her work and he absolutely ridicules it. And it's partly because it's great for TV and it's entertainment, but obviously for the person who's just been incredibly vulnerable and offered up their work to their biggest idol, you totally destroy them. And I think for her, that was the beginning of the end of her confidence. And she meets Jessica's character in school, and I am seen as the perfect person to forge his work because I hate him. I make blogs about what a horrible person he is, that he doesn't deserve to live in the house that he lives in, that he's a privileged so-and-so, that he is the end of art, that he is just everything I hate about the establishment of art. And then I meet him, and my intention is to do bad things, but something happens, and I want to protect this man, and I want to do good things. One of the things I love about the film is that you can't quite tell the intention of Laurie, but her intention is always to do good. You just kind of don't know how she's gonna do it. Yeah, and ultimately, she is able to fall back in love with Julian Sklar, and that's what I love about the film.
And if I may say really quickly, both Laurie, her character, and Julian, Ian's character, have given up for different reasons. He gave up because he started to get criticized, and in order to try to take ownership of his own let's call it downfall, but his fall from grace, he claimed that the whole art world was over. Art is dead, and I don't even want to have anything to do with it anymore. And Laurie gave up because her dreams were sort of dashed by him, though we don't find that out until quite late. So that's potentially a spoiler.
Oh, sorry.
You may want to be careful.
Don't put that.
Whatever. Yeah, and it's funny. I showed the film to my parents. My mom's an artist, as I said, and they're in their 90s. My dad's 96. And at lunch at the retirement community where they live, my dad was trying to explain the film to another person from there, a peer of his, and said, it's about, she's, what is she? An art restorer. She's an art restorer, and she goes into this guy's life to forge a bunch of his work, and this man who had never seen the film before said, and she ends up restoring herself. And I went, holy crap. And I was like, I never even thought about that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So Sally is Julian's daughter, and I think she's kind of a wannabe Nepo baby. She's an artist I was going to say in her own right, she tries to be. And so I suppose, her relationship, she met Michaela's character at school, and I suppose is a little bit in awe and jealous of her talents. And so, and he's always constantly really after her dad's love and recognition, and he doesn't really give it. So I suppose this is her way of, both me and James Corden's characters decide to try and get their money's worth of their inheritance, and we don't want to. It's hard to talk about without giving too many spoilers away. But yeah, and the ending. But yeah, I just like the idea of I do like the idea of a wannabe Nepo. She really is trying her hardest, but he doesn't really give her that even. So yeah.